beauty doesn't have to be expensive. Though in today's world it seems like everything is getting more and more expensive each day, it's still possible to find companies that are passionate about the products that they're making and they don't feel the need to charge you, let's say, an arm and a leg for them. The Eastern Orthodox Travel Bible is a perfect example of this. Not only is it beautiful on the outside, but it's also good to look at on the inside. Besides the beautiful bonded leather and the gold gilded edges, the interior text block is just as beautiful. And it always serves as a firm reminder that beauty does not have to be expensive. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Crowns. I hope you all enjoyed that very pretentious intro that I put together. I put approximately 5 minutes of my very valuable time into it. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Eastern Orthodox Travel Bible, Compact Bible, Zipper Bible. It's a very good looking, very attractive, very slim. Best of all, it's very affordable. But before we get into the video, I just want to make two very quick announcements. The first of which is this. We are almost at 2,000 subs here on the channel. What that means is I will be doing a free giveaway as opposed to a paid giveaway. My business license is not official yet. I'll be randomly giving away one brand new Ignatius Press Revised Standard Version 2nd Catholic Edition Bible, brand new, never been opened. Even though I know how to reapply shrink wrap and you would never know the difference, I promise it's brand new and we'll be giving it away. Stay tuned for the details on that. We're, I think, approximately like 130, 170 subs away from 2K. So once we hit 2K, I'll upload the video and then instructions will be given on how to enter and win the Bible. With that being said, let's hop into this review. We're gonna get readjusted, hop over to the desk and take a look at this beautiful, affordable compact Bible. Alrighty, so here is the EOB New Testament Travel Bible from Newrome Press in all its glory. As always, we'll start things out giving you a good As always, we'll start things out giving you a good view of the exterior. Very, very pretty. Nice design there on the cover. Nice gold foil work on the spine right there. Back cover, nice and simple. Just the gold foil Newrome Press logo there. And then you're going to get a nice clunky zipper, which I like. I don't like the little tiny dainty zippers that are just going to break. Opens and closes pretty smoothly. And then check this out. You open this bad boy up. Look at that beautiful marbled paper liner. You don't see that very often. I appreciate when companies have a little fun with their products. And then, unlike a lot of zipper Bibles, you are going to get two ribbons. Now these are just pretty dainty little ribbons. Good quality ribbons, but very, very small ribbons. But that's okay with me. I think with a zipper Bible, sometimes the ribbons are hit or miss. I think Newrome did a good job. They're easy enough to kind of tuck into the pages so that way you're not destroying anything. Open this up here. Check that out. Newrome Press, Columbia, Missouri. Shout out Missouri boys. That's where I'm from. Get your print information in here along with your information about the artist for all of the illustrations and such. You'll get a table of contents. Nice icon for Blessed Mother, Theotokos, and then you're also going to get an introduction to the EOB. Give you a little bit of history on it. You're going to get the abbreviations of codes. You're going to get another icon right there. and then you're going to hop directly into Matthew. The thing about Newrome Press is that I really think that they have some of the best text blocks in the industry. Ornate designs in here. I really like clean paper with black text and then some red or maroon accent work. I think that just looks fantastic. And this is what your page layout is going to look like. Nice, simple 2-column. Study helps down at the bottom. Just really nice layout. Every book of the Bible is going to start out, whoop, I went past it right there, is going to start out with that same real pretty maroon heading. And then a cool feature of the Bible is you are going to get icon work, but it's only going to be for the 4 Gospels. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, you'll get a respective icon. Now there isn't going to be traditional study helps or anything like that in the back of the Bible, but you do get some really nice full color maps printed on a pretty hefty cardstock here. So you've got Roman Empire, Paul's early travels, so on and so forth. Some really nice quality maps, and then a final icon in the back, and then you're back to the beautiful marble paper liner. Okay, so that's about it with the kind of general walkthrough of the Bible, and now we can get into the fun part, which is going to be the more finer details and specs of the Bible itself. Dimensions are online. I'm not going to bore you with the dimensions. The font size, however, though, is important, and I couldn't find exact information online, but from what I could tell, it looks to be roughly about a 7-point font. So not super tiny, but if you're accustomed to wearing reading glasses, you're going to need reading glasses for this. If you don't need reading glasses, then it's not going to be an issue. I usually wear a 1.25, pretty low level prescription, and with my head, I'm standing up right now behind the camera, so my head is approximately 3.5 to 4 feet away from the Bible itself, and I can read out that chapter 10, and I can read through that text there. So not really an issue. So you probably noticed some of the details on the paperwork here. So when you look closely at the text, you'll notice that some of the text is red, and then it'll have brackets around it. Those are what's called, it's basically like translation smoothing words. And the Bible is just notating to you that, you know, they're using smoother words right there. One of the features that I like is to keep the main text block itself very clean and very simple. All your paragraph headings are going to be off to the side there. Some pages are more busier than others, just kind of depends on what exactly you're reading, but not distracting in any way like that. However, if you are looking, you'll notice that there is a little bit of ghosting. Not too bad at all. This is roughly 35 to 39 GSM. From what I've seen online, it seemed like people were kind of bouncing back and forth between the new numbers. So pretty nice paper. Not that real wacky, high gloss paper that I'm not a huge fan of. Like I said, I like the kind of the cleaner, softer matte white paper. I think it looks really nice, or like a matte yellow or something like that. So you don't have to worry about if you're sitting at your desk, you're not going to have a ton of that reflection coming off the gloss that some Bibles come with on their paper. You are going to get your references and quotations and all that stuff is going to be down here on the bottom right there. And then margins are really nice as well. I mean, obviously no issues at all with the text block. I hate when text blocks, there's no gutter and they just kind of, you kind of lose the text and you got to peel it apart to try to see what you're reading. The only con to this Bible, if I was going to get really nitpicky, I would say is that you're not going to get it's not going to lay flat. You've got a pretty hefty bonded leather cover on there, and the zipper is definitely not helping out with that at all. So it is something that you're actually going to have to hold open. But again, that's a really nitpicky thing to worry about. But just so you know, you kind of see a little bit more there, like I mentioned before. Just a slight bit of ghosting, but nothing crazy, nothing that's going to be distracting you or anything like that. Then just to give you guys a close-up look down there at your study hopes at the bottom, just to give you an idea of what you might see down there. Again, you're going to get those translation notes and references and quotations and all that stuff is all going to be down there for you. I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, but to backtrack a little bit, it is going to be a sewn binding. So really a very impressive Bible right here for 40 bucks is the price that I got it at. And I just looked again just now to verify, and it's still at 40 bucks. So in my opinion, I think that's a pretty good deal for what you're getting here. Just to give you guys an idea, as always here on the channel, I like to give you guys kind of a visual reference. I could throw dimensions, but it doesn't really mean anything to anybody. So if you were to take some common household items, you can just place them up next to the Bible, and you can kind of get an idea of what you're going to be working with. Maybe that's not too common. Try to find something a little bit more common that everybody would have. As you can see, very, very thin. Look how thin that is. Well, that concludes this review. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. And if you didn't enjoy the video, hit the dislike button twice, okay? In all seriousness though, thank you all for the support. I'm very excited to be hitting 2,000 subs soon. I have a lot of big things in store for the channel. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to hit subscribe. It's completely for free. And if for whatever reason, I just really grind your gears and you start to hate me one day, you can always just unsubscribe later on. But please don't. As always, if you're interested in purchasing this Bible, be sure to check the description box down below. Place the link directly to Newrome Press so that way you can purchase it. With that being said, I'm going to stop yapping. I hope you all have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. My name is Zach, and this is Crowns.